stand. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Everyone for coming to the meeting tonight. Roll call, Diane.
Mr. Irwin. Mr. Irwin.
Here.
Mr. Bruno.
Here.
Mr. Duquette.
Here.
Mr. Douglas.
Here.
Mr. McDonald.
Here.
Mr. Gwinnett. Mr. Gwinnett, zoning officer. Dog control officer, Chaka, and I'm going to say your last name right someday.
You did it the other day.
What, honey?
You did it the other day.
I did. I'm practicing. It's right on my desk. Mr. Farrell, our highway superintendent. Ms. Barber, our confidential secretary to the board. We've got a special little man, Papa's little boy tonight, and we have our guests.
Okay, Diane, our tax collector, town clerk.
Courtney's excused.
Okay, Courtney is excused, Kristen's excused, and who else is, Matt's excused. On vacation, Matt is. Okay, so I need a motion and a second to accept all department heads, water sewer Velcor, highway, town clerk, dock control, youth, code zoning, supervisor report, court, website, banking, and JCO.
We do not have youth.
Okay, I was gonna say, I didn't see that.
So,
Make a motion, we set all.
I'll second. Okay, Craig made the motion, Mel second. Any discussion?
Except you, right?
Except for you. Yep.
Right.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Number 5, I need a motion to accept the minutes of the regular board meeting of June 24th.
Make a motion.
Craig made the motion.
Second.
Second, give it to Eric. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Community input, anyone sign up?
Yes. John Roberts, Telegraph Road with, I don't know what it says, John.
Just I'm looking for an update.
Mike, any update from Telegraph Road?
Yeah, I got, last Monday, we got well, I'll give you the first quick, I got the email today from Bridge New York, we did not get the funding, which they verbally told me in the phone a month ago, but we got the official word today. Last Monday, we got the permit I sent over here to sign. It's for the start of the DEC Army Corps Engineer permit paperwork, which was sent in. DEC sent it back, lack of information, but they were expecting that because they got to do a muscle study, but it's part of the thing to get it going. The interesting thing now, because we're not doing the bridge in New York, the timeline for the start of it, depending on the muscle study and what happens there, is March of 25 with a completion date of September of 25.
March
So
of
it's,
25.
it moves it up some, but it's in that process. It all depends on the permits.
Thank you, Mike.
Good news update. Anything else?
Well, so the permit, I see it says incomplete as of July 5th, according to their website on Darts, so is that still, that's the update you're giving today is from that?
What's that now?
On Darts, I looked, on, was it Monday, it said incomplete permit, they received it, I think it was Friday, the 21st or 4th, and it said the status is incomplete as of July 5th.
Yeah, it's in,
Pam, you just,
It's incomplete because the engineer knew it was going to come back
That's
incomplete,
what
but
Mike
they
just
had to
said.
send it in that way to get the muscle study going.
Okay, that's what I was curious, if there's more information, is the muscle study now is one of the next hurdle?
what's that?
The muscle study is the next hurdle that?
Yeah, that's, And that's something that's new, that just taking effect with the new rules. This is the first time we've been through it, so, but that ball is in the works, so.
Thanks.
And then we have Karen Langley paving process, Telegraph Road, Bruce Drive.
So I just have a couple of questions and statements. I was reviewing the video from the last time that we were here, and I believe it was discussed that we get, is it 5 miles a year of paving and around $400,000? Was that accurate?
Yep.
Okay. So I noticed that you had mentioned on the last one that you were paving Locust Drive. So how are those 5 miles chosen every year as to what roads will be done?
We did, we picked, this year goes by how bad they are. This year we took, there's 7 plow runs. We took 1 run on everybody's plow run to spread the wealth around the town. So everybody's run's got one. Somebody can still not get their road done in there because Don Boswell and Davin Road are major projects. My figures are for a perfect world. That doesn't account for ruts or shimming or whatever. So I mean, that's the way they're done.
Okay.
And then there's culverts. That's all got to be figured in there and stuff like that.
Because I'm curious, because I actually took a ride down Locust, and I was quite interested to see that the cul-de-sac neighborhood that doesn't serve communities, like Telegraph Road does, that was actually chosen to be taken care of. And also too, I mean, it is somewhat about optics as well for the community, is when I drive down the road and I see a Peru town truck parked there and pull the tax rolls and find folks that work for the town of Peru that live on Locust Drive. So optics are not good for folks who are taxpayers who have roads that are under complete disrepair. And I can send all of these photos to every one of you on the board that I have taken of Telegraph Road and Bruce Drive that are absolutely horrible. I mean, this is Telegraph Road. This is Telegraph Road.
Yep.
And we were paving a small cul-de-sac community when not taking care of major roads. So I hope you understand why I'm upset about this. This is Bruce Drive. It is, I mean, I can understand that Bruce would probably come after Telegraph, but these roads, Telegraph Road is terrible. And I know that Mr. Huddy was here last time, and I know he can't be available today. I went out and I measured some of these roads about the particular 20 feet. They are 20 feet. And as well as, I mean, I think there was attempted to be some sort of argument about lines on gravel. There's lines all over the gravel here. Sometimes there isn't even lines. So I'm very interested to hear how Locust was chosen when just these 2 roads alone are well beyond this repair.
Locust was $13,000.
Okay.
Telegraph is going to be north of 100 and some thousand, and we want to pull it from Bear Swamp right through to Town Hall Sable Line in one pull.
But again, when you're looking at money and when you're looking at serving community members, well, this is a connection between Peru and Keysville. And I also have some other photos in here. I mean, here's the problem is, as you know, Ausable just stopped at the town line with their plow, or with their paving. And there's shoulders on the road, and they're beautiful. Like that, they have actually taken care of that part of the road, but we have ignored Telegraph Road for years. And also too, 20, and I
Your own daughter lives in Telegraph, doesn't she?
Yeah, my daughter lives
His
right
own
there.
daughter lives in Telegraph.
Yeah,
Her little
that-
grandson, so.
It's
And
not-
The lines that are in the gravel
Ignored
are
it
from the
because of
farm, the
some-
road is gonna be 20 feet when it's done.
Okay.
It was 20, but the farm that broke the edge out all the way down through. So that road was gonna get paved this year till this happened. We were hoping to get to Bridge New York and do this whole thing.
Okay, so it was going to get paid, because I think last week when I asked, or excuse me, a couple of weeks ago when I asked if there was.
It's not now,
plans.
not because
Yeah.
I wanna go right through.
Okay, and also too, I mean, just taking a look at, I mean, I think I said last week, the road should last about 20 years. So I'm just curious if you know, like, when was the last time Locust was paved, because it was just paved, versus when the last time.
Locust?
Yes.
It's before my time, I'm on 15
It
years.
wasn't paved when I lived there for 16
And
years.
I would add, if you're taking pictures, I want you to come over on Davern Road.
Okay. Again, this is just.
The
you're right.
shoulder is about 4 and 5 inches off, easily hang a car up in there and somebody get hurt.
I know, I
That's
get it.
not the part that's even being paved this year.
And I lived on Locust Drive for 16 years, up until 8 years ago, so I was councilman for 8 years, and I lived there for 16 years, it was never paved. I've been over on Washington Street for the last 8 years, so it's been 20-something years.
Since it's been paved,
Locust Drive.
it looked in pretty nice shape when I went over there, actually.
Yeah, some roads do, some roads do.
I mean, as far as keeping up to it, I mean, you're well aware of how much truck traffic and tractor traffic there is.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it other than try to keep up, but it does raise hell of the roads.
Look at Davin, look at your road, look at the other side road. I mean, there's a lot of roads.
We
that-
can't even touch.
Yeah.
Well, look at you held off on Sullivan this year because of it. They would screw everything up there, because that's
I don't know,
not
money.
in rough shape down there more too.
I mean, but roads always don't have to be paved and resurfaced. There's hot patches you can do with, like Telegraph, there's chunks that are a foot.
We did patch it. It will not stay. It's not gonna stay in the edge.
You did Davern Road, you've done it twice,
That's horrible.
lop straight out.
And some of these photos aren't from the farm trucks. I'm not taking photos up by, I know where Rolfs come in and out, and Rebel Lawrence, I believe, and through that. That is not from there. That is from the other part where it's close to like the Osable line. There's actually grass growing in potholes. There is all kinds of things. There's places where there isn't lines.
There's
you know.
field right there. That's Remillard's field.
But this is on the other side of the road of Remillard's field. But there's, I mean, you know, that's on the other side. It's just not on the same side of the road where the field is. It's on the side of the road where the houses are.
Either way, traffic on both sides.
You know, so I'm just saying it's not, the farm trucks don't actually go down that way. I know up by where Rolfs is and all that type of stuff, that the road is in, I mean, it's cracked in the middle and there's all kinds of disrepair. So I'm just, you know, making a statement, if it is a road that you're gonna be looking at next time, you know, maybe take a look at that road.
It's gonna go as soon as that culvert gets fixed.
So we expect paving on all of Telegraph and the culvert being fixed?
If we get the
If everything
grant,
comes together in 25.
I mean, this timeline is ahead of what they originally said. And whether or not that happens, that's
Corps of
it's out of
Engineers
our
is
control.
governing that. but-
DC and our,
And who paved Locust? Was it the town?
no,
Okay. How come the town didn't pave it?
because our paver guy is actually, that runs the paver, is down on All Sable Highway Superintendent, and he's no longer going to other towns.
Okay, so who paved Locust?
Fullers,
Do we have a contract with Fuller?
they are on county contract.
They're on a county contract? Okay. So how does, did that go out for bid a while ago and then Fuller's?
They
just
bid it every
limits?
year. Got Fuller's on there, Ed Garrow, Burnell's, there's another one on there. Luck Brothers. It's a bid that goes out every winter, and so you don't have to go out to bid and do your own bid.
Okay. So are they mostly, because I believe the last meeting too, the young man that was sitting over here, sounds like he's working pretty hard at trying to learn how to do the paving truck. So, and I think he said that in the next couple of tries, maybe that the town would be able to do it.
Yeah, that will be on a shim. You can't, I'm not gonna train somebody on the top, because that shows.
Well, yeah, and it's a waste, if we make a mistake, it's definitely a waste of money.
You wanna make a
That's
mistake,
all.
you wanna make a mistake where it's hit.
So, and also too, I believe that the last meeting you discussed that the next load of asphalt after Locust being paved is coming in about August? Is that still accurate?
August, I was able to, get, the next day, get asphalt for Nob Hill,
Okay.
which was on the agenda last, or on the docket last year, but we ran out of money, and I did that.
And how many other roads are going to be paved? So we have
John
Locust.
Boswell, there's, Davern, there's Alexander. If Alexander may get cut out, I don't know, it depends on the other two big roads.
So John Boswell, where else?
Davern, between Union and Route 22.
And Davern is currently being held up partially because there's logging trucks coming in. We want to get that done before we tear the road up.
The big
That's the
market.
same, similar, that's the same road that you're comparing to Telegraph, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. John Boswell, Tyler.
Then all depends if we can still get asphalt.
Yeah,
I don't know what
August
the state
19th, they
comes
told
in.
me, was able to, town of Plattsburgh just did a bid, they did a bid where everybody could bid, like the county for Upstone, because the tonnage wasn't a lot, we were able to get it, the next step. So that's it, so,
And is the paving truck fixed? I believe there was something with the gearbox, is that correct?
that was the asphalt plant
Okay,
went, instead of, and that's, will be a bitch when, excuse my language, when we get there, the next asphalt meeting with the asphalt companies, there's only 2, but we were scheduled and we went from being able to go when the gearbox was put in a day or 2 later to the end of the list, which I don't think is right. But the county can't go to ours, they just switch asphalt plants. The problem is, both plants now do their own, have a paving company, they do the state work, and you get put to the back burner. And the county's got 25 miles to
Anything else?
Because we're gonna get moving on. If you have any more questions too, you can definitely ask at the end of the meeting. We're gonna have the executive
no, I think I'm
session.
good, until next time, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we did the acceptance. I need a motion and a second for a resolution for deputy town clerk duties certification of Clinton County personnel.
Make it.
Give my motion, Eric second, Diane.
Just quick clarification, there was a couple little hurdles, is that what we want to say? No, technicalities. Technicalities when I had asked to have the other deputies. So because we have these technicalities for the state through personnel through, correct? Am I saying it right?
Yeah, we didn't have the exact wording that
We
they
didn't have the
wanted.
exact wording, so this is now the exact wording.
Good.
Okay, and I already text Matt and thanked him for the 7 resolutions tonight. I don't read as fast as he does. A resolution approving the appointments of Judy Akey as Deputy Town Clerk number 1, Pamela Barber as Deputy Town Clerk number 2, and Christine Crawford as Deputy Town Clerk number 3, for better coverage for the services to the town residents. Whereas in a letter dated December 27th, 2023, received from Diane Miller, Town Clerk, she has recommended that the Peru Town Board approves the appointments of Judy Akey as Deputy Town Clerk number 1, Pamela Barber as Deputy Town Clerk number 2, and Christine Crawford as Deputy Town Clerk number 3 to begin January 1, 2024 through December 31st, 2024. Whereas Judy Akey as First Deputy will receive $1,200 per year, Pamela Barber and Christine Crawford as Second and Third Deputies will each receive $450 each per year. Whereas the Peru Town Board authorizes the Second and Third Deputy Town Clerk to act generally for and in place of the Town Clerk, or act in the absence or inability of the Town Clerk. Therefore, be it resolved, the Peru Town Board agrees with the recommendation of the Town Clerk, Diane Miller, to approve the appointments of Judy Akey as Deputy Town Clerk number 1, Pamela Barber, Deputy Town Clerk number 2, Christine Crawford as Deputy Town Clerk number 3 to begin January 1, 2024 through December 31, 2024 for better coverage for the Town Clerk services to the residents of Peru, and be it resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately. And read these on.
Any discussion at all?
The third whereas is the exact wording that they were looking for.
Okay.
Thank you, Peter.
Thanks, Mary.
I know it was a lot of work for a little. Albany, right? It was Albany.
Right, back at what we
It
did.
came back as Albany. But it all worked out, so.
Roll call, Diane.
Mr. Douglas?
Yes.
Mr. Ducat?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Irwin?
Yes.
And Mr. McGovern?
Yes. Okay, number 8, motion and discussion resolution to put a 4-way stop on Sullivan and Fuller Road, road intersection.
Make motion.
Craig made the motion.
I'll second.
Now, second, resolution, Diane.
A resolution approving creating a 4-way stop at the intersection of Sullivan and Fuller Roads, which currently has a 2-way stop. Whereas the town of Peru desires to create a 4-way stop intersection at the intersection of Sullivan and Fuller Road pursuant to its authority under Vehicle and Traffic Law 1660, and whereas stop signs are currently in place on Fuller Road, controlling both lanes and directions of travel at its intersection of Sullivan Road. Therefore, be it resolved in order that the Peru Town Highway Superintendent erects or causes to be erected stop signs controlling both lanes and directions of travel on Fuller Road at its intersection with Sullivan Road, and is further resolved in order the Peru Town Highway Superintendent erects or causes to be erected any other signage necessary to advise traffic that the intersection of Fuller and Sullivan Road are controlled by a four-way stop. Also, the superintendent shall advise all state and local authorities and emergency services of the same. And be it resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Any discussion on it?
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Douglas?
Yes.
Mr. Duquette?
Yes.
Mr. Irwin?
Yes.
And Mr. McDonald?
Yes. How soon before that could get up, Mike?
County's gotta make the signs, and I talked to them, and they maybe can put them on,
Okay.
so.
I'm sorry, when did you say on?
The town, or the county is gonna make the signs for us, because they can make it for half of what we can buy them for. And they
Within
may
a month?
possibly put them on. for us.
Within a month?
Yeah, it should be.
Just so I can say within a month.
Yeah, because once we get everything, then Carleen will have to notify the state police and sheriff
Okay,
that there's a change there, so they kind of watch it.
okay, thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Need a motion and a second to rescind resolution 23.08.28-4 to pre-order the 2025 Freightliner plow truck. Mike, you want discussion
Yeah,
on
this
this
was
first?
one that was actually ordered a year and a half ago, but then it got delayed because of part shortage, and because of New York State with the electric mandate, the Allison transmission is back ordered. The Allison, the earliest they were gonna see it is January of 25, which New York State puts it in the electric plow truck. I went to a state meeting in Binghamton, we know that's going away, but the state has dragged their feet on sending the letters out to the manufacturers, so the Freightliner, number one, we weren't gonna have it at the time, so I met with Western Star, which is Freightliner owns, and that'll be in the next part. So this is to cancel that because we're not gonna get it, so that's what that deal is.
Okay, now we got the motion from Jim,
I'll second it.
seconded by Craig. Resolution, Diane.
To rescind the resolution number 23.08-28-4, approving the RR Charlie Boy Incorporated reissued proposal for the bid due to inability to order a non-electric truck with original bid for the 2025 Freightliner truck, and authorizing the supervisor to execute the same, whereas the Peru Town Board is acting to rescind the prior resolution 23.08.28-4, which was approving the RR Charlie Boy Incorporated Freightliner tandem truck bid acceptance due to Freightliner no longer accepting orders for non-electric tandem trucks, which is not feasible for the town of Peru's highway department. Now therefore be it resolved that this body rescinds town resolution 23.08.28-4 effective immediately.
Roll call. Any discussion?
Mr. Douglas?
Yes.
Mr. Duquette?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Irwin?
Yes.
And Mr. McDonald?
Yes. Okay, going on right to number 10. Mike, you want to discuss this one before? We get-
You just did.
This is the Western Star, which is the same thing, others a little fancier inside, but the save money now, the Freightliners, the next one has the same inside, so that way they're only manufactured one that over. So it is Freightliner, it is our Western Star, it's basically the same truck, it's the same transmission, same motor. I take that back, transmission, it is an automatic, instead of the push button we had in the Freightliner, it's turn like where your signal light would be, or your windshield light, but there's a plus and minus, it's a 12-speed automatic, we were a little work, but that can be programmed, that for paver mode, if you're into a paver, or if you're in rock ground or whatever. Plow mode, which will only give you some gears, because we normally plow mode in ours is third gear. So that's what that is. So but that will, if you prove it tonight, that truck will be in before the end of the year. Plow gear won't be on it, but it'll get us by the electric, or the battery electric plow truck. So that's what this is. It is like 13,000 more. It is with, just the freight, or the Western Star is a little bit better truck, you know, resale value, that's why they hold their value a little more, so.
Are the boys fighting over it or not over it?
Yeah, we talked about going to the standard, but nobody wanted the standard.
Is anybody giving you straight answers yet from the state?
No, they reached out to Billy Jones to see, but, we had a state meeting, well, it started today, and it's actually 4 months, game time, and we had no work, so I didn't go to that one. That is on the agenda to write a letter to get some of the politicians in New York City, somebody get off the rear end. Because they already know, they already did think it won't work. They can only go 2 hours.
Yeah, New York City was going to get the 2 hours out of it. That worked really good.
Anything with a plow on it, just the hydraulics kill the battery.
Okay, so I need a motion and a second to pass this resolution.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Craig and Eric. Resolution Diane.
A resolution awarding the rebid to RR Charlie Boy and Company Incorporated for 2025 Western Star 47X BBC conventional chassis tandem dump truck with a Tenco stainless steel box and plow gear from the New York State mini bid process. Whereas the town board has received certain rebids in response to its request for same in connection with the purchase of a tandem axle dump truck for use by the town highway department, and whereas the town board, in consultation with the town highway superintendent, find that the bid of RR Charlie Boy and Company Incorporated for a 2025 Western Star 47X BBC conventional chassis tandem dump truck with a Tenco stainless steel box and plow gear was the lowest bidder and the one that most closely met the bid specifications, whereas the rebid was due to the original 2025 Freightliner truck was only available in an electric model, which is not feasible for the town highway department. Whereas the ordering of this truck is included in the 2024-2025 budget, and there will be a minimum of 1 year lead time once ordered. Now therefore be it resolved that the rebid of RR Charlie Boy and Company Incorporated, which is from New York State mini bid contract for a 2025 Western Star 47X plus conventional chassis tandem axle dump truck, including Tenco plow gear for $351,946.00 is hereby accepted, and the town supervisor and highway superintendent are hereby authorized to execute any further documentation necessary to facilitate or consummate the purchase, and it's further resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Any discussion?
Mine's still
Mr.
here.
Yeah.
Mr. Duquette?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Irwin?
Yes.
And Mr. McDonald?
When do you expect this one, Mike?
The truck,
Yeah.
it'll be in before the end of the year, but the plow gear won't be on, so we won't
End
have
of
it.
this year?
Not, just the chassis,
Okay.
but the plow gear won't be on the next year.
Until the following year.
The plow gear was the same truck, that didn't change.
Okay, number 11, resolution, I mean, motion and second to acceptance of Jerry McGovern as a planning board member, and seating Mark Robinson as the alternative member.
Very good.
I'll second.
Jim made the motion, Eric second.
A resolution approving the appointment of Jerry McGovern as a member of the town approved planning board, replacing Mark Robinson, who will take the seat as an alternate. Whereas at a meeting held on June 12th, 2024, the Peru Town Planning Board has recommended that Jerry McGovern excuse me, be appointed as a member of the Town Planning Board, replacing Mark Robinson, who will take the seat as an alternate member. Resolved, the Peru Town Board agrees with the recommendation of the Planning Board and appoints Jerry McGovern as a full member on the Peru Planning Board for the balance of Mark Robinson's 7-year term beginning on January 1, 2021 through December 1, 2028, and seating Mark Robinson as an alternate, taking over Jerry McGovern's 7-year term beginning March 26, 2024 until December 21st, 2030. And be it resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Any discussion at all?
Have we had issues because this is such a long term, 7 years?
Maybe, Mark Robinson, what's happening is, he's got family that's bi-coastal, so he's traveling between Boston and Vancouver with grandkids, and he just said that his commitment, he didn't think would, he didn't think it was fair that
Hasn't Jerry been on there before?
Not since I've been in town. Jerry's been an alternate now for about 4 months, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
And he's up to speed on everything too.
Yeah,
yeah, he's very good, yep.
Yeah, nice.
Okay.
good teacher.
He was a great teacher.
Yeah.
He was my teacher. Any other discussion? No.
Thank you.
Roll call, Diane.
Mr. Ducat?
Here.
Mr. Irwin?
Here.
Mr. Douglas?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
And Mr. McDonald?
Yes. Okay, number 12. Need a motion and second for allowing the transfer of the highway debt service monies from H33 Culvert project. I need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Craig made the motion.
Second.
Second by Jim.
Thank
Any
you, Pam.
discussion?
Thank
Pam,
you.
you want to explain anything, Mike, or we're good with the transfer?
Well, it's for the Cook Road, so you got the box culvert, which is now set. That was $129,000. I don't know if we got that bill as of today, we hadn't.
No.
They were supposed to send it out, we talked to them a couple weeks ago, and I called them today, and they had never, apparently never sent it, so.
It's a no hurry.
Apparently not that much money, $51 a month.
Because they've been sitting on that a while too, before it was even got over.
Okay.
It does everything a little slower.
Yeah.
Any other discussion on that? Dot, roll call.
Resolution authorizing transfer of highway debt service funds from phase 1 of the Telegraph Road Culvert project bound to the Highway H33 capital project account. Whereas in order to meet the financial needs for the management of the town highway accounts, funds need to be transferred from highway debt service account balances to the H33 highway capital project account. Whereas the balances in the highway debt service bank account are adequate to cover the current cost of culvert replacement projects. Be it resolved that this town board has authorized the transfer in a total amount of $176,003.19 to be used for the phase 2 of the culvert's construction projects. Resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Douglas?
Yes.
Mr. Ducat?
Yes.
Mr. Irwin?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
And Mr. McDonald?
Yes. Okay. Number 13. You just need a motion and a second to allow the use of the Peru Town parking lot to Applefest. We did get the insurance paper I did last night. I sent it over to Pam. The town of Peru is named on there for insurance, you know, if something was to happen, like we do with anybody that uses town property, no matter where it is. So that we did get the insurance paper last night. Me and Pam does. I sent it to her from my email, and we do have it on hand, so.
Excellent. I'll make the motion.
Okay, Craig made the motion. Second, any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Easy. Other business. Eric.
We're pretty good on everything. I'll let him make it. Yeah, no, it's good.
We can go back.
Yeah.
Jim.
I'm good. Thank you, Pam. That contract was very nice. Done again. Nice crowd.
No, world's good in the town clerk world.
Okay, I'm good for right now.
Just want to make sure everybody knew Mr. and Mrs. Randall back here. He's going to be taking Brandy's position. Your wife Cheryl.
Thank you. Cheryl's a native.
I'm glad somebody stepped forward. Because none of the board members wanted it, so. We had someone else come forward too, and was very qualified too, and I'm glad you came forward too.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yeah,
It
so.
was very nice meeting with you the other day and having a nice chat, and looking forward to working with you also.
The operation here is very similar to what I spent a dozen years doing.
Lake Placid.
At least what I've seen so far feels very familiar. I thought I'd retire after that. I guess
You're too young to retire.
Yes. We'll stay away from that one.
We'll have the next meeting, which we have on the 29th is our next meeting. That will be my last meeting. In the meantime, we could get together. You could definitely go around with the department heads
meet everybody in here and go through certain things and all that good stuff.
Look forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Anything else?
We're hoping to finish up the front of the Hayward building on Market Day, the 28th.
28th?
Greg wants to do some press coverage with that.
Good. Anything else?
No.
Craig?
All set, thanks.
Bob?
I'm all set. I'm still on vacation mode today because my first day back, and I had a full plate, so.
That'd probably take you a week to get out that.
No, I can't, I don't have time to waste it. But we're all set.
Good.
Well, one thing.
Okay.
Michael, thank you for having Travis. So the little hiccup we had with the codes vehicle with the damage to the, something threw something at it. Travis is taking care of it. We think it's
Tyler.
Thank you. Tyler. And we think it's, he spoke to me today and he said it's painted, but he's got to put a door handle on it and he's got wet sand or something and I think it's going to find it ready. Huh?
You won't even know what's
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
It's all practice.
Appreciate that. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, save us some money too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice to be done in-house.
Yeah.
Joe Penny,
Chuck?
Nope, all good.
All good. Pam?
I don't think I mentioned it last time, but all the money that was donated for the Gillette.
Yep.
The bench is done.
Yeah.
And the banner's done. So, thank you for everybody donating.
Excellent.
Thank you for doing that, Pam, and getting everything on order for Dave. Thank you.
Miss him pulling into my house and trying to get me a dog every week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we all miss them.
A lot of people miss them.
Because I had gotten a price for the lift, the portable lift. The company was out of Texas, but it doesn't fall under, they have a Texas state contract, but it doesn't qualify for us, so we were gonna have to bid it. So I made another call, found another company. They are actually the ones that have the lift there now, so it is a Sourcewell bid, so it's already bid, it's a national bid, which will qualify, and it actually was a few $1,000s cheaper. But I'll have that for when we start the budget. And the only other thing is I called Engineer and Ventures for Westcott Road, because that's the next one after Telegraph, get started. So it's just get together to see different ways this project can be done. It'll take a few years, go through all the same things.
Same thing. Yeah.
Telegraph, but this one, when I scored the Bridge New York, obviously I couldn't score Telegraph. You can't score your own. We were already told there will be no Bridge New York funding for that. This is going to be out of town funds too. So we're going to meet, just an initial get together, see which way this will have to be. If we can do a big box culvert, this will be assumed, because that's got a lot more flow. It's steady river, Sandy River. So it'll probably be wider. The one Telegraph initially, depending on what DC says, is 24. This is more likely going to be wider, or it has to be an actual bridge. But it's exploratory right now, but it's a starting process.
What do you think the lifespan is of the bridge at the moment, the one that's there?
Bridge, that's called one in, yeah. I mean, we've seen 30, 40 years. I may not be right.
I'm saying, how long before we need to replace that?
On the one on
Westcott.
that's what this meeting's going to be for.
All right.
Where's the West?
Problem is, the engineer, it's hard to pin him down.
Way up, take a left.
It's hard to pin an engineer down to get, like Telegraph. It was 5 years, and it was just about what it lasted.
Did have the opportunity to see the signs that he put up for the bridge out signs on the battery operated signs. They look good. The battery operated signs for the Telegraph Road.
Yeah, the solar. Yeah.
Yeah, solar.
That we got.
Yeah, those work good. So.
Yeah, looking really good.
And they, like I said, once we're done, those can be used, for concerts, anything, working water break, anything.
Yeah, it's good notification.
Yeah.
Good spot.
Anything else?
No.
Anyone else have anything to go back on? Okay, number 15, public comments on agenda items only. Anyone?
Hey, Thank you for the stop time. It's
Yep.
greatly appreciated.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Good turnaround by everybody, appreciative. I'm sure the people living in that vicinity are very appreciative because those roads weren't meant for the traffic going through there right now. Just a side note though, if we can, I don't know whose job it would be, the stop signs and the growth we've had in that, like coming from Telegraph and coming down to the stop sign, you look into the woods. You can't see for probably 40 feet past that stop sign. I don't know if there's maybe some lines that could be put there or what the rules are, but it probably needs a whole new overhaul since you're gonna be there putting the stop signs in.
The Fuller you're talking?
Fuller side.
Yeah, there'll be stop bars all over, but.
Okay, because that stop sign
The
where it's at
problem-
now, you can't probably
Yeah.
double past where Brandy is from here. It's,
The problem with the stop bars now is they're water based, you can't use the old stuff, and then
Doesn't last.
anything that turns, it takes it right back up.
So when the signs go up, there will be.
There will be stop bars, whether, either the county will do it, or we usually get Frank out now. So, traffic, which is certified traffic control, he has the pink.
Okay, good.
But there will be 4 stop bars there for sure,
Good. Anything else?
and stop ahead signs too.
Yeah, it's gonna take a little while for people to get used to it. Like I said, when I was going over to get the signs to bring back with you that day, down to Tom Miller Road, I mean, people went right through there, and I thought there was a sign down, that's when I got over to you and I said, was there a
Well, we
sign
are,
I missed?
where you come off Sullivan to cross, or off Fuller to cross Sullivan to get on Fuller, we are gonna take some of those streets. We'll probably have tile, because they're high.
Yep.
We don't have a bucket truck, so we'll get, so I'm gonna talk to landowners, because they're border lines or even on our right of way, but, and I did talk to some of the neighbors across the road. They were all for a 4-way stop there, so which is good.
Good,
yeah, those kids are always in the road playing basketball right there. So.
Yeah.
good.
All right, thanks for your comment, you guys, appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I need a motion and a second to pay July 24th, 2024 bills.
Second.
Jim made it, Craig second. Resolution, Diane.
Resolution authorizing the post-audit payment of certain claims, bills, and invoices of the town, whereas the town board has reviewed and audited the following claims, bills, and invoices for services rendered and goods provided to the town in July 2024 from town-approved vouchers for July 2024, 2024-00899 through and including 2024-00991, abstract dated 7/9/24 for the dollar amount totaling $168,422.51. Of that, $15,446.42 was wired, credit cards and prepaid, and $152,976.09 is remaining to be paid for July 2024, whereas the town board finds said claims, bills, and invoices to be acceptable in form and reasonable in amount. Now therefore be it resolved that payment of the aforementioned claims, bills, and invoices is approved, and the supervisor being hereby is authorized to make such payment, and be it further resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Douglas?
Yes.
Mr. Irwin?
Yes.
Mr. Dugal?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
And Mr. McCollum?
Yes. I need a motion for executive session. Courtney needs personnel issue that Mel or Eric is going to let us know, right? Yes. Okay, so I need a motion and a second to go in executive session for personnel issue.
Make the motion.
Craig?
Second.
I give it to Eric.
It's 20.
All in favor?
Eric over.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, any decision coming out? Okay, no decisions coming out of executive session, so in all reality, you can shut off John's camera.
Thank you, Bill.
Or not. Mr. Rescind?